What's up, everybody? Welcome to Nerd Unlocked, where we talk everything games, comics, movies, everything you need to unlock your inner nerd. I'm Charles Wolf. Joining me today is Marissa, aka Crazy Old Maurice. Marissa, what's up?
Not much, just sipping on coffee, just woke up.
Ooh, me too. Nice French vanilla.
I have I forgot what it is, but Darlene got this coffee from Arizona that she took a trip last year, and it's called Arbuckles. And ever since then, we've been buying from there, like on the internet. It's fucking amazing.
I was debating going to Dutch Bros, but in the mornings I'm so lazy. Like I don't want to drive. But Dutch Bros coffee is so good.
Ooh. I've only had it once, but I didn't try any of the coffees. It was only like a smoothie or something like that.
Yeah. They do like smoothies, energy drinks, lemonades. They're all good. I usually get like their energy drinks.
Oh yeah, we talked about that last time, huh?
Oh yeah, we did.
I can't do energy drinks, man.
Too jittery?
Yeah. Too jittery.
Yeah, energy drinks, they like at work I can't get through the day without one because then I feel like I'm too slow or I'm like I can't focus on anything. So I'll get there in the morning, I'll drink one, and then I'm good for the rest of the day.
I'm usually good with just one coffee.
Nah, coffee just sends me straight to the restroom. All right, well, we got a few topics to talk about today. We got the Ezra Miller drama. We got announcement that Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed. And then this happened, I think, like a week or two ago, but I want to go over the PlayStation Plus, like their tier system and how I hate it. But first things first, let's go over Breath of the Wild. I want to see if you want to take over for this one. Let's see what's good with Breath of the Wild.
So Breath of the Wild 2 is delayed until spring of 2023. And I'm pissed.
Yeah, that was supposed to come out this fall?
It was supposed to come out like I think like they usually shoot for like the holiday season or like fall. Typically, but I'm not surprised. I mean, are we ever surprised when something's delayed?
No, especially
No.
not from Nintendo.
No, and I mean, I am upset about it. I'm sad, but like if it's not ready, it's not ready, and it's kind of one of those things where you kind of feel like you already expect it because even at the last Nintendo Direct, they didn't even have gameplay on it, or at least like an announcement date or a release date or whatever you call it. So
Right.
yeah, it's been delayed. Did they say why it was delayed?
You know what? I'm looking at an article right now from IGN, and
Like we haven't even gotten a title on it. Like, is it just going to be called Breath of the Wild 2? Like,
no, I doubt it. I think Breath of the Wild was just like
placeholder for the name.
I think so, but I think it will be. I think it's gonna be like one of those long names where it's gonna be like Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and then it'll be like something corrupted or something. I don't know. Like it's just gonna be so kind of like a Metroid title. I think that, but if they do that, who knows?
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, now that you're bringing up like the Metroid thing, like I kind of like don't blame them for like showing it off because they did that with Metroid Prime 4. And how long has it been? Like, I think they learned their lesson as far as that goes. Like, don't announce it too soon, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, because like they got everybody hyped on that one, and it's been like 5 years.
I mean, it could be something as like simple as like a bug, or like maybe the color on something's wrong, or an animation just jittery or something. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm reading this article. It doesn't say anything, but I mean, honestly, if it's gonna make it better, if it's gonna be good, if it's as long as it's not cyberpunk, like I'm good.
Oh God. We don't talk about cyberpunk.
We don't talk about cyberpunk.
We don't talk about Keanu.
and his many sexual partners.
But yeah, it's delayed. I'm bummed about it, and I wish we would have gotten like a reason why it's delayed, like it something. But I do have an article right here, and it has a picture of Link holding like a sword, but it has like his robot arm and shit. Like it looks cool.
Yeah, because with the delay, they did give us another trailer, like a small trailer, and you see Link has an arm that's it looks corrupted, with it's a whole black like forearm and long black nails. You know, the Master Sword is just doomed and corrupted or like decaying. But
Yeah.
if the glow Skyward Sword, it has to be. I want to talk about that. It has to be Fee.
You think it's Fee?
I would not doubt it that it's Fee.
Annoying ass Fee? No, just kidding.
Freaking. Well, yeah, she was worse than Navi.
Somebody said, I was watching a Game Grumps gameplay of them playing Skyward Sword, but they were doing it on the Wii, and somebody had told them that you can like, you know how she just like randomly pops up out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and will just like tell you something. They said that you could turn that off.
where were they like 14 years ago?
Right? But I like that game. I actually got that game for myself, and I played it, and it was dope. I mean, like the controls were still kind of whack, but still fun. But I mean, Breath of the Wild, I'm ready for it. I've been ready for it ever since it was announced, because I thought like when they showed the trailer or the teaser trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, I thought it was going to be like a Majora's Mask kind of thing, because you know how Ocarina of Time came out, and like literally like 6 months later or like a year later they came out with Majora's Mask.
Right.
I thought it was going to be a situation like that, but it's not.
Yeah, because I mean, what do you do? I mean, they already had the landscape, they have the Hyrule field, they have everything. You could have just switched things in and out. Like maybe you had to go back to this dungeon, or because there's not really dungeons, you had to go back to this area, do this, find something else. But no, they're adding completely new aspects. Like now, they're talking about going back to the sky. That's why I'm telling you, Skyward Sword, there's a connection here. It has to be Fee. Well,
honestly,
all
I forgot about that.
All the games are connected. You know how there's a connection between Twilight Princess and I think it was Ocarina. Like you see the spirit, the skeleton spirit, and it's the hero of time. So you're just like, shit.
Oh yeah.
Like you can make that connection like that. Like there has to be a connection like that in this.
That would be so cool.
You know what I'm also thinking though? What if this? Because honestly, how like the timeline is so weird, especially because it breaks off because of like the time in Ocarina of Time where Link either dies or he survived, and then the placement of the games and the storyline. I wonder, could this lead to
a Zelda multiverse?
There's been one. There's without a doubt there's a Zelda multiverse. But I'm talking about, what if this leads to, say, Wind Waker?
Oh.
Because I'm thinking, Skylofts were like the, those mythical bird that they would ride in Skyward Sword.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really like that in this, but I mean, when you play Wind Waker, there's a whole village of creatures that look like that, or not creatures, but like, I forgot what they're called, but they're alive. They're like people basically, and they look like the Skylofts or the Loftwings. The Loftwings.
Are you talking about like what is their name? I was gonna revert back to something from Breath of the Wild, but you haven't finished it.
No, go ahead. Yeah. They don't need to know.
The Rito village.
Yes.
Those people, yeah. So you think that like maybe they're like an evolution of those?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. I wonder if do you remember a couple years ago when there was that guy who came with like a whole like Zelda timeline video and it was like 2 hours long?
Yes, and I dove in it.
So did I. I wonder if he's updated it.
Possibly. Or maybe he has to wait to find out what the events of 2 take place.
Oh yeah, that's true. Hmm. So you think that that Breath of the Wild falls before Wind Waker?
I would think so, because if you got the land and then now well, Skyward Sword took us to the sky. Breath of the Wild has us on the land, but now we're going back. What if everything from the sky comes down, hits the land, and now everything is underwater?
Ooh.
So now there's more islands and shit, you know? Who knows? I don't know. That's just me trying to make something out of nothing.
I mean, it's a good theory, and I like it.
Yeah, because you remember that last fight, that final battle in Wind Waker when you stab Ganondorf in the head,
Yeah,
and like he stays underwater. Like,
yeah.
I can see something like that happening again, but because I didn't pass Breath of the Wild yet myself, but I know that he's trapped under I think under the
The Calamity.
yes, under the Calamity, and that's under the temple.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? Maybe he sank underwater. You know what I mean? I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Trying to make something out of nothing.
I mean, they all tie into to like the other Zelda games, but it other than Twilight Princess, it there's nothing that really ties them together, you know? Like it's always just like the hero of time, the hero of time. But at least with like Twilight Princess, like you said, there was the actual hero of time coming to be like, hey, like some shit's up, you know? So this would be cool if like at the end of it they show like what happens with whatever, like does it turn into Wind Waker or does it turn into something else or whatever.
Yeah, I just want there to be something that you can connect it to, you know?
Yeah, but I've been hyped up for this game for like 5 years. Ever since that first trailer because it looked dark. Kind of like going back to, like I said earlier, the Majora's Mask thing, how it was going to release earlier. It feels like the same thing where it's going to be dark this time, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they're full on going like Prince of Persia 3 here, where he has like a, like a demon in his arm or something.
Yeah. Fuck. I remember like seeing like the Ganon that was there and like his like his neck just fucking like snaps and then like looks at you and she's like, oh, she's like, oh fuck.
I don't know. Like
But
I what I'm thinking of doing is I want to do like maybe like on specific days, like maybe like on Wednesdays and Fridays or something. I'll do like a Breath of the Wild playthrough, like a first playthrough on Twitch.
blindfolded.
No. Backwards.
Upside down.
No, but one thing I did see in this trailer for this new game is the fact that he has an ability to kind of like reverse time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of connections between this that I'm seeing between this and like the Prince of Persia 3, the Warrior Within. You can use the Sands of Time to reverse it. He had another entity inside of him, and it was only shown like in his arm. Like there's so much connection between those two. And if
So what you're saying is it's the same game.
But I think Zelda has a better story.
Yeah. I feel like back then, like for the Prince of Persia times, gameplay or not gameplay, story was just like too much to do, you know, like kind of how like it was for what was that fucking Shadow of the Colossus? Like it just kind of like threw you into the game with giving you like a little bit about the story, and then you found out more about the story later.
Oh, my bad. I said I called it Warrior Within, but actually part 3 was the Two Thrones.
But yeah, that's what I gotta say about Zelda. I'm just ready for it. I want it. I need it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where the story goes. I want to know if like, because I want to see what happens with the Calamity, especially. Like, I want to see, like, is that what's causing the Master Sword to decay? You see it in the trailer where you can see that Link is, like, finding things to repair it.
Yeah.
And will Link be able to use the Calamity? I don't know. I'm excited. PlayStation announced their Project Spartacus, which was supposed to be Xbox's or the competitor to Xbox's Game Pass. And as someone who has Game Pass, there's just so much good stuff on there. Like, you pay $15 a month. Sometimes they offer it to you for $1, and you can get access to like hundreds of games. You get EA Play. You get you get value. I mean, brand new games will drop day and date on day one on Game Pass, but PlayStation is not gonna allow any other first party games to do that because they want to bill you. They want to bill you twice.
Yeah.
They want, hey, pay full price for this game, and then maybe in a year, maybe two, we'll drop it on this, and then we're gonna charge you $15 to play that again. I don't know how I feel about this. So there's 3 tiers. They got PlayStation Plus Essential, we got PlayStation Plus Extra, and PlayStation Plus Premium. Essential is basically what you have now. It's the same service that currently exists with no changes to current pricing. It'll include 2 monthly games. You got your discounts and your cloud storage, and you can play online. Extra is everything from Essential, but then you also get a catalog of around 400 PS4 games and PS5 games that you can download. It's going to include first party games, third party games, but like I said, you're not going to get any brand new games on day one. This one's going to cost you $14.99 as opposed to the $9.99 that you're paying for the Essential. And then there's Premium. Premium, this is what I have an issue with. All right, so it's gonna add another 340 games from the catalog, whatever, including PS1 games, PS2, PSP for streaming and download. Which I don't know if you've ever played have you had a PS Now?
I tried it once. I did the trial, and then it was gonna like charge me like $20 a month for it, and I was just like, I can't do that. Yeah. So I really only did the
trial.
So yeah, I did the trial, and then like when you do the trial, you have to put in your card info. It charged me right away that 20, and then I was just like, oh wait, no. So I canceled it, but I still had that month, so I did have it for like a month and a week. So which was nice because I did get to play the first Red Dead Redemption, but I didn't get to finish it. So
that's a long game.
Yeah, very long game.
Yeah, so my issue with PS Now was the fact that when you were streaming games, because you can't download them, like there was so much lag, and then like you can actually tell in the quality of the game because you're streaming it, it looks blurry.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I was playing Street Fighter HD Remix on there. It was not HD. Like, granted, I was paying for the highest internet that I could at that time. That was not HD. Like, it
wasn't high definition. It was just high.
Exactly. It was just there was just some definition. It was it was bad. But that's what sucks. But if they do offer download, like it says they are, I'm just wondering, like, what games are you gonna allow us to download? Is it gonna be only games like PSP games, or is it gonna be, PS2? Because I think they only had Dark Cloud before, where you can like download, but no one's played that game in like 30 years. So they also offering PS3 games, but only to stream. So again, shitty quality. You can stream on your PS4, PS5, and your PC, and you're gonna be able to do limited trials of some games. So you're gonna pay top dollar to be able to play demos, which are supposed to be free.
Ooh,
that's
no bueno.
Fucking bullshit. Like, granted, let's go back to old school PS1 days. Like, I remember getting a jam pack, and it had Siphon Filter 2, Crash 2, it had Spyro, and Tomb Raider, and then it had like, just a bunch of videos. But you got a decent 4 game demos, and they were each about 30 to 45 minutes of gameplay. Like that was $5. And then you come into the era where it's like internet and high speeds, and then now you can download them and play them for free. Why the fuck are we starting to charge again? Come on, PlayStation. What the fuck is the point? Exactly. That's all it is.
Greed. I don't think that this is going to work in their favor, to be honest.
No, this isn't even close to Xbox Game Pass. Like no one's gonna want this.
No, I think like the I don't know who it was that said it, but somebody on PlayStation or Sony or whatever did say that if they put like brand new games on PS Plus the way that Xbox does with Game Pass, that they're gonna see their games being hurt, like cost wise. So I don't think that PlayStation has the same power that Xbox does as far as like being able to afford that. You know what I mean?
I do, but I understand it. But at the same time, you can't be fucking greedy douchebags. Like
you can't be fucking serious.
Yeah, like people. I mean, there's this huge following. Like you've seen the memes of people who play PlayStation and people who play Xbox.
Yeah,
they're always going back and forth. PlayStation has one of the hugest fucking fan bases ever. Why are you treating your fan base like this?
I don't know.
$18 a month to only stream like shitty quality games. Granted, PS3 games were fucking amazing. Like Last of Us was on there. You know, all the 3 Uncharted. But for demos, you're gonna charge me $18 a month, $50 quarterly, or $120 a year, so I'm able to play a demo of a new game that's coming out? Fuck out of here.
You're so angry.
It's just because I know the value. Like, look at the value of Game Pass. $15, and you get to download
any game,
any of those games.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out in their favor. I mean, they tried with PlayStation Now, it didn't work. They think that they're doing something with this. They're not. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
I think if anything, people are just gonna stay in the essential tier. You know, like just keep it what it was, because.
See, I don't understand why there's tiers. Like, why couldn't you just leave it at, hey, we're gonna up the price $5 to $15. And you get all this. Like, okay, there you have a competitor right there. That's your competition right there. $15. You want to charge me another fucking $5 so I can play demos?
In Nintendo, they did the same shit with Nintendo 64.
Yeah, the expansion. That's why I haven't done it.
I did. I probably shouldn't have. But I had some extra money at the time, so I did it because, you know, I can't help it with Ocarina of Time.
See, and that's one of the things I wanted to get it for.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm just like, fuck, man, like $50 for retro games?
Yeah, it's something that like isn't really fair. Considering like your internet's not even good for Nintendo. Yeah. And you know, you're charging this and expecting like people to want to do it. And you know, I feel like they knew what they were doing as far as that goes, because retro is something that everybody's gonna get behind, especially like people like us
it's just
who thrive on nostalgia.
It's what Nintendo like is built on, nostalgia.
Yeah, Nintendo is built on nostalgia, and so they knew what they're doing. But anyway, back to PlayStation. They don't have that nostalgia.
No.
I mean, they do, but they don't. Not really, because when you think back on like your childhood and stuff like that, how many people are saying PlayStation? Not a lot. Mostly people are talking about Nintendo or Sega, and it's it's something that's not going to, or at least I think, like I said earlier, it's not going to work out in their favor because, like, yeah, you're bringing back PlayStation 3 games, you're bringing back um, PSP games, which is awesome, but it's most of the people who are playing video games that this would appeal to, I guess, are college students or college age students and like younger kids, and they can't afford that shit.
Yeah.
And like you have like your older people too who are like who can afford that shit, but like when you're an adult, you don't have a lot of time.
Right.
So it's like this isn't really catering to anybody, at least in my opinion. Like this is something that if I'm looking at it right now, the one that I would be looking at would to have everything basically, or at least like if I'm looking at it like the one that I would want everything, but I can't justify that purchase knowing that I don't have a lot of time to play it and that I don't have the money to do it.
That's why I feel like there shouldn't be the 3 price points. It should be one low price, $15. That's 2 trips to Starbucks. That's whatever.
Yeah.
For $15, I could justify it. It's fine.
And that's why Game Pass, like succeeds because it's accessible to anybody. Like you're saying, like that's 2 trips to Starbucks. How much is Game Pass?
15.
15. Okay. That's not a lot of money.
It's not.
Anybody could pay that. And that would make everything accessible to everybody, like there are games that come out and you're like Kirby came out and I have been wanting that game, but I can't afford it. Or at least right now I can't afford it. And so like I have to wait for it. But like if this was Game Pass, it would be available first day.
Yeah. My biggest gripe with well, not really gripe, but a big issue with like something like the PlayStation tiers, Nintendo, whatever, and Game Pass is that these games aren't going to be on there forever,
Mm-hmm.
So you don't own these games. So yeah, you can buy a game when it first comes out. Like say you want Kirby, right?
Yeah.
So you buy Kirby. 3 months later, it's on Game Pass. 3 months later, it's gone. You had it downloaded, but you can't play it anymore because they pulled it.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I mean, there is a give and take. You have to manage time to play these games. You have to. I don't know where I'm trying to go with it, but I got distracted by a squirrel on a tree outside my window. I guess what I'm just trying to say is, I mean, there is value in these, and I like that you can download the games on Game Pass because it makes for better quality of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Other than PlayStation was like, hey, we're gonna let you to download some, but not all. And also like how you were talking about like nostalgia and people like wanting to play, like there's for a lot of the premium games that PlayStation came out with as kids, they've made HD versions or remakes of them. Like if they were to tell you, hey, PlayStation 1, here's our category. What do we have? Crash, Spyro, Metal Gear. It's like, okay, well, there's better versions of these games. Like Metal Gear Solid, Twin Snakes, exact same fucking game, just plays a lot better.
Yeah.
Spyro and Crash, we got HD remakes of all of them.
Yeah. They've already remade the best games that they had for the newer consoles, and so like people already own that shit.
I will say, if you put Croc on that, I'm playing it though. I loved Croc as a kid.
I remember when you found it for Game Boy at the swap meet that one time, remember?
Yeah, I still have it, but I played it and I was like, oh god, this is not anywhere near to what I remember. But I did find a physical copy for like, I think it was $3 at a store.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got Croc 1 on PS1.
Nice.
I was like, mm-hmm. Other than that, I mean, what other titles? Final Fantasy 7, like they remade it. Yeah, it's in parts, but and you gotta wait for the next one. But they remade it.
Yeah.
Unless you want,
It just
I don't know. Unless you want to play that, unless you want to play the triangular, like body game. I don't know.
I really don't think it's gonna work out for them.
Me either. I think they're gonna kick themselves in the ass and be like, you know what? Why are we doing 3 tiers? Let's just condense it, offer everything at one price, $15, not a lot, no issues, but make your demos free. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to be charging for that. Honestly, like it seems like I don't know. Maybe they're trying to like do their own thing because like Nintendo has nostalgia, which is why a lot of people got Nintendo Online, and then Xbox has Game Pass. So like it doesn't really matter because like they're catering to people now. Nintendo catering to old people, Xbox catering to new people, basically. Or anybody, honestly.
Yeah,
and I feel like
variety.
Yeah. And I feel like PlayStation doesn't have either of those things.
Yeah, it just depends like what you're gonna offer, because like they tell you, oh, we have PS2 games, we have PSP, but you haven't announced what's gonna be on there.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have the rights to? Are you able to put Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on there for download, or is it gonna be stream?
But they already have the freaking entirety of the series in one disc.
Exactly, but in order to get you to want that, like maybe they offer you one, and then they're gonna be like, "Hey, in our PlayStation store, you can get it for $100 all in one."
If I wait 6 months, I can get it for $20.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. What do you have? I don't know. Like, what PSP game are you gonna offer? Because personally, when the PSP came out, when the PSP came out, I didn't buy any PSP games. Like, I was more enthralled at the fact that you can buy PS1 games on the PSP.
Yeah.
So I had like Street Fighter Alpha 3, I had Crash 1, 2. Like, you're already offering that in the PS1. Well, it depends. I don't know what you're gonna put on there. Like, you haven't said anything. Like, I can't imagine like PlayStation coming out with like a banger of a list, unless like, again, once you get to PS3, because PS3 had games like Killzone. It had games like what's a good PS3 game?
Last of Us, which came out on PS4 and then PS5.
Yeah, basically, see what I mean? Like, I mean, there's some good games. You got the Uncharted games, which came out in an all-in-one like collection on PS4, which you can move up to PS5. Like,
yeah, I just moved mine up to my PS5 to play them.
Like, and yeah, I just don't know. Like, Xbox, like, it's so much more of a value. I feel like there's more quality there. Yeah, I do miss playing like the old school games, like, but there are some on there. I mean, like, they got Crimson Skies, which is a fucking banger of a game. I don't know if you ever played it. It's just like a flying simulator, basically. Like, I got it at a retro game store back home for $2, and then it's on Game Pass. I was like, oh, well, I mean, at least if I ever want to play my old school Xbox, which I still have, I can, throw the disc in.
Nice.
So, with PlayStation,
you should play Destroy All Humans.
I think that is on Game Pass.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. And if not, then it's in my own games, because I game share, and I think Gray has it.
Nice.
So I see it in the library. So either it's on Game Pass or he has it.
Nice.
Yeah, but PlayStation, all I gotta say is get your shit together. No one's gonna want to pay $20, $120 a year for.
I wish I had 4 hands so I could give it 4 thumbs down.
Exactly. I don't know, man. You got some things to sort out. I'm not paying for demos. Fuck out of here with that. I mean, the benefit of it is it says streaming can be carried out on your PS4, PS5, and PC. That's the only benefit right there. That you can take it from one console to the other to your PC. But then
Yeah.
so can Xbox. You have cloud gaming. You can take it on your Xbox. You can take it on your PC. You can take it on your phone.
Is this another Google thing?
No. Their cloud
I'm
gaming is
kidding. I'm
actually
kidding.
legit. But I don't know if you watch Austin Evans, but he did an episode doing cloud gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a car that he has a freaking TV and an Xbox X in the back in the trunk. So he goes to it, signs in, goes to the internet browser, signs into his cloud, and he's playing games off the browser on the Series X.
That's cool.
It's like, that's insane. You're playing a game that you can just play on the console directly, but then you're going into the internet browser of the console to play a game. Fucking Inception, man. But PlayStation, get your shit together.
You fucking up, my dude.
Speaking of fucking up, Ezra Miller. Man, are you fucking up?
Oh, that guy.
From see, are you just an alcoholic? Are you on drugs, my dude? Like, you need help.
Is he an alcoholic?
Oh yeah, he got arrested because he was in Hawaii. He's at a bar, someone's singing karaoke. He thinks it's terrible. He's telling her to shut up, get the fuck off the stage. And like the bartender's trying to calm him down, like, hey man, like, relax. It's karaoke night. Like, let her have her fun. He continues, boo, get the fuck off the stage, gets belligerent, goes to the stage, takes the mic from her to get her to shut up.
What?
Yeah.
He didn't
I don't know if he hit her. I just know that he was harassing her, like yelling at her. Yeah, he was just arrested and charged for disorderly conduct, harassment.
I mean, this isn't the first time that he's gotten into trouble with some stuff. I mean, I saw that video where like he choked some girl out for I don't know what the fuck, but
Yeah, so this isn't the first time. So we're seeing a pattern of behavior with this dude. And you go from that to this, and I guess TMZ posted a video which actually happened before this of him trying to get into a bar, but he was too drunk and being belligerent, being a dick, and then cops had to come and talk to him and be like, hey, you can't be here. If you want to go somewhere else, this and that. Then it gets worse. After this, it gets worse. Like, so he takes the mic from the woman. A guy that was playing darts, telling him to like leave her alone. Then he jumps at that dude, which got him arrested. Whatever. He was actually staying with a couple that he met weeks prior. He's staying at their house. They're the ones that bail him out.
mm-hmm.
Literally the next day after his incident at the bar, bursts into their room, robs them, takes their wallets, which had like social security cards, all their fucking bank cards, and then he's yelling at them and says, I will bury you and your slut wife.
Whoa.
Threatens to fucking kill them. They want a restraining order on him. They don't want him anywhere near them. Like, they're scared. They're like, he's a wealthy actor now. Like, he can, if he wants to come back and hurt us, he can, because he can afford to. This guy's fucking up. And like you said, it's not his first time. And he has 2 big WB movies coming out. He has Secrets of Dumbledore, which comes out next week. Or not next week, but the week after. And then you got The Flash, which keeps getting delayed and pushed back. But it's already done. It's done shooting. It's going to come out next year. Like, what do you do, WB? Like, what are you going to do? You can't stay quiet like last time.
I'm looking at it right now, so I'm seeing that Ezra Miller goes by they, them, so from here on out, I'm going to try and continue to call it or them by their name or they, them, so I'm gonna do that. I didn't know that, but that's fucked up, for one. What the fuck? I knew like the first part of it, and I've like been seeing things like on TikTok about how they have been arrested, but that's pretty much it. Like I don't really follow up on these things all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a chismosa. I like to hear the tea sometimes, but everything going on with like what happened at the Oscars, I'm tired of it right now. So I haven't been keeping up with any drama right like this week. So but I've heard that they did get arrested. I just didn't know what for, and my God.
Yeah.
Jeez. Like, dude. I mean, how many times has The Flash been delayed? You know, like it's been delayed for so long. It's been years. And honestly, I don't really care about DC. No offense to anybody who likes the DC movies. I'm not really into them. So I don't know if like this movie would have been something that I would have gone to like see, but like I don't know, dude. Like that's fucked up. That's messed up. All of that. Oh my God.
Yeah. So my thing is with like WB, it's you've done more for less. Like you completely barred Johnny Depp on allegations. Like there was no proof, nothing. Barred.
And it was proven that he wasn't.
He was the victim.
Yeah.
But yet,
and he's still barred.
Amber Heard, right there. She's in Aquaman. She's in Aquaman too. Her and her turd on her bed. Yeah, she shit the bed.
No, she is the turd. She is the turd.
She is the turd in the bed. That's why it's a big smear. But so
I don't understand that. Like if they're dismissing Johnny Depp from Fantastic Beasts, then why are they keeping people like Ezra Miller and Amber Heard? It doesn't make any sense. Especially like given that she accused Johnny Depp, proving that it was wrong, that she was the one. But yet you have evidence on both of these people. Mm-hmm. And yet you're still allowing them to be in your movies. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. And it's like, look, you have a year. The problem is, do you have the budget? Do you scrap the project that you wasted all this money on? Or do you spend more money in replacing him? Or do you just release it as is? And if you release it as is, it's not going to get the same support that it would have.
I don't think they're going to do anything. I think they're just going to release it, honestly, because it's been too long. People have been waiting for this. And
not only that, it's the production on it. Like,
yeah,
like you got to take into account, it takes like thousands of people to make this movie. You got designers, you got makeup artists, you got, producers, you got whole teams, set builders. Like they're riding on the success of this movie because that's how they're going to get paid.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think they're going to do anything. They're just going to release it. And whether or not it's good, I think they just want to make something back.
Well, obviously that's always like the business, aspect. You got to make profit.
Yeah.
But can you, what I'm saying is like, if they release it, fine, whatever. Let it make its money. Going forward, replace them. I
definitely think that they should, because there does need to be consequences for this, because obviously nothing's happening with, as far as like, yeah, they've been arrested, but look where he's at now. He's just fine, or they're just fine. And like there needs to be consequences no matter what. Like, I know that we said we weren't going to talk about this, but with the whole Oscar thing, like with Will Smith and all of that slapping Chris Rock, there are consequences, like as much as it sucks. And it is a great thing that Will Smith did win an Oscar, but now his Oscar is synonymous with that slap. And there's never going to be anything different about that. And that's a consequence. And, like just, what was it, yesterday? Darlene told me that he resigned from the Academy, so now he won't be able to be nominated for anything anymore. I mean, he was the one that resigned it, but they could have taken his Oscar away, and they were in the talks of doing that already. So maybe he did that so that he could keep it. I don't know,
No,
but
I mean,
there needs to be consequences.
yeah, I agree. Like speaking on Will Smith thing, I don't think you take away his Oscar because the Oscar had nothing to do with what he did. The Oscar was for his performance, which I watched that movie. I watched King Richard. He was really good in it, and I thought out of everyone on that list, it should have been either him or Andrew Garfield for Tick Tick Boom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever. That's a different topic, but yeah, there are repercussions, and I feel like he saw like shit. It's either I do this or they're gonna do it to me, and I think he took the easy way out in resigning.
Yeah, but like speaking on both ends, like there like with the whole like cancel culture thing, especially with right now with the Will Smith thing, they can easily cancel him and all of that. But I don't like cancel culture because they want things to be done for that person like forever, basically, you know? And I don't think that that's okay, you know? Like if there's growth and there's like they have learned and they have bettered themselves, then they deserve a redemption. And you know, with Ezra Miller doing this years ago, assaulting somebody, and then nothing happening, he needs to have consequences. He needs to be canceled for a little bit. I'm not trying to be like, I'm not saying people go for him or anything like that, but he needs to have consequences, and he needs to be able to learn from these, or they need to be able to learn from these actions.
Yeah,
because
he obviously needs help. Because this isn't like he has like addictive personalities of alcoholism. You can see it. He needs help. Like if you want to drink, that's fine. But why are you getting to the point where you're belligerent? Now you're violent. And now you're hitting people. Like I drink, and I used to get belligerent, and I've said some stuff that made me really like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, no, like I can't be like this. I don't like being like this. Like, and I completely changed. Like I don't drink at all. Like I'll taste it. I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah. You know, dude needs to be checked.
He does, and he needs to be put into therapy, either for his well he needs therapy, then he needs rehab, and his people like his or their you know, their agents, their family, like they need to be the ones telling, hey, like what are you doing? They need to keep him in check. Be like, dude, it's not just you. Like if you're doing this and you fuck up your career, you're fucking it up for everyone.
Yeah.
You're smearing it for everyone. Like I don't know. It just pisses me off. Like WB can't keep this under wraps. They did it. They did it too much.
I think honestly they're stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. I just fucking like I can't imagine like putting this much work and money into a project only for the main person who is basically the face of this project to go and do something like this. You know, like this would be like if we put this would be like if I put like thousands of dollars into this podcast and making it like a company and all of that, and you're the face of this, and then you fucked up and did something fucking wrong, you know, like which tarnishes everything that like we worked for, you know, like
yeah,
that fucking sucks. At least that's how I see it in a perspective that because I don't plan on seeing this movie.
The thing is that I did want to see this, like his betrayal of Flash, although spazzy and you know, like whatever, like I kind of liked it. I like it better than the TV version. I wanted to see where they went because I liked the Flashpoint story. I liked it a lot. Like that comic run was great, but he ruined it. He's ruining it, and I think WB and DC, what they need to do is Back to the Future this shit. Like replace him. Digitally replace his face in the mask or in the suit. Get someone to shoot the scenes, and then if you got an angle where you're in the back of his head, like keep it. I mean, you're not gonna be able to tell, or unless the person that's replacing him is like does a different ass face, you know what I mean? The different shape. But you can Back to the Future this shit. You know, when they replaced the original actor with Michael J. Fox, they kept scenes with the original actor in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's what they should do, personally, because this guy is tarnishing his reputation. He's tarnishing the company, both companies, WB and freaking DC, and all the other producers and productions that go into it. I don't know. I think Columbia Pictures or whoever else is in Universal Pictures, I think it is. It's in part with this. Because, I mean, like I said, he's in Fantastic Beasts, so that's there again. You got Warner Bros., you got Universal, you got all these companies, and something that you're hugely a part of. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And one of the things that I was trying to say earlier, but I lost track. The issue with like this, like his main issue, what I'm seeing, is that his ego. Because I guess in one of the incidences, he was screaming, "Do you know who I fucking am?"
Oh no.
And that's probably one of the worst things, the most annoying things I've ever heard.
Oh no.
When celebrities get into some, "Do you know who I am?" I don't give a fuck who you are. If you were to rush into my room and I had a freaking blicky on me, you're gone. You're trying to rob me, you're gone. This just pisses me off. I hate egos. I
think it's now that you're saying it, I think it's an ego and an entitlement thing.
Yeah, I mean,
because I used to fuck with Ezra Miller, like Perks of Being a Wallflower. What was that movie where he's like I think it's like We Need to Talk About Kevin. Like they're a great actor. It's just,
yeah, like those are really good movies.
Especially with We Need to Talk About Kevin. That's one of those ones where like, that's one of those movies where like it fucks you up, you know, like, so for them to be able to portray that was amazing, but I don't know, their ego, their entitlement.
And then I don't know if you watched Peacemaker, but his cameo was fucking hilarious.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he has a cameo in the finale, and it's hilarious. And I was just like, man, like I can't wait to see this guy again. Now I don't want to see you at all.
Well, good. I'm glad.
So I don't know, this guy, you know, they fucked it up for themselves, and they're gonna continue fucking themselves if WB keeps saying, "Don't worry about it, we got you, we're not gonna say anything," you know, like that's how I feel like they're treating it.
No, I think they're scrambling on what to do right now, honestly, because it's like I feel like they don't know what to say, because I mean, like we said, they put so much money into this project and they probably don't even know what to do.
Exactly.
So that's probably why they haven't said anything. I don't think that they're trying to be like, we got you, or anything like that. I think that they don't know what to do.
Well,
and so they're not going to say anything until they do.
The first time he did it, they were like that.
The first time that they did it, they like brushed it under the rug?
Yeah, like when he choked at that woman, like they brushed it under the rug. Nothing happened. There was no consequences for him.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that was like the first incident. Like it could have just been like a one-time thing, but obviously this is a reoccurring thing that's happening now. So like, I just think that they don't know what to say. Like, what do you say when this has happened again? Like, I feel like you need like some time to kind of like figure out what you're going to say in the proper way, because no matter what, like they're going to be scrutinized no matter what they say. Even if they say everything like perfectly right, like they could come out tomorrow and be like, hey, like, we don't think it's okay, we're going to stop the project. You're going to have the whole other side that's going to be like, well, what the fuck? We've been waiting 5 years for this goddamn movie to come out and blah, 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 blah. You know, like, no matter what they do, it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter what they say or do, because no matter what, they're going to be scrutinized for it. Yeah. So I think they just want to take some time. If anything, this is how I'm thinking of it, or whatever. I think that they just need some time to figure out like what to do. because this is reoccurring. They keep doing this, and you know, like it's a lot of money, and I think they're trying to think of what to do next, if at all. I mean, they could be brushing it under the rug very well, as much as you're saying, but I kind of want to give them the benefit of the doubt, because this isn't something that's like, you know, it's not just one person making the decision, it's a bunch of people. So I'm sure that if there is a group of people talking about this, you know, like the heads of WB or whatever, or even like the other companies too that are going to be going into this, who have made this movie, it's not just Warner Brothers who's going to be talking about this. I'm sure it's going to be the other companies as well, because they put money into it too. So
right, and you have like all these other companies that maybe he was auditioning for another role in another film. Now that's compromised.
Yeah. So it's not WB that has the only say. I'm sure it has to do with like the other companies too, who have put money into this, and I'm positive that everybody's like, well, what are we gonna do?
His agent is probably just so under fire right now.
Probably.
Yeah, but like you're saying, right? I think right now they are gonna take some time to evaluate it, because I mean, like I said, they do have these two major projects coming out. Like I said, Fantastic Beasts, it's out in 2 weeks. The Flash, it's completely done. Like all they're doing right now is editing and, you know, of visual effects.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I just feel like maybe they should have said something already. I mean, I know I get annoyed when people will say like, "Oh, they need to make a statement." Well, in certain aspects, like I feel like this is something where you have to make one. Like it's been a week.
No, yeah, they definitely do have to make a statement, because this is bullshit.
Yeah.
If they're gonna be if they're going to be actively saying something with the whole Johnny Depp situation and removing him from something when he wasn't even the one at fault, and it was proven that one of your other people was at fault for the same thing, and you didn't do anything about it, you need to say something. So I don't think that, like, I'm not trying to give them a pass or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, thinking about it, there is other things at play, other companies, you know, like business side of things and all of that, and they do need to say something. Ezra Miller does need to have consequences for this. And if they're going to release the movie the way that it is, then at least remove Ezra Miller from the role.
Agree. Thank you for tuning in to Nerd Unlocked, and I hope we gave you everything to unlock your inner nerd. Let us know how you feel about the subjects talked about today. Ezra Miller, does he face consequences? What are the consequences? PlayStation Plus, is it worth it? Will you be subscribing? And to which tier? And Breath of the Wild, are you excited for it? Do you think it's going to be a good story? Do you think there's going to be a connection or a correlation between this and previous titles? Let us know in the comments, and we shall check you on the next one. Bye.